love filming in Sweden for its people, its landscapes, its hunting, and now its Volvos.
No, they're brilliant.
After working a winter season north of the Arctic Circle, David's car-mad son Archie has dragged his father back to Lapland to collect one of the restoration projects he left behind.
It's a nearly working vehicle.
It means a 4,000-mile round trip in one sub-1,000-pound Volvo to pick up another.
Just explain why we're here, Mr. Wright.
So we're here because this is my Volvo 142 Deluxe. I lived in Sweden for a while, was given this, left it in Sweden for a year and a half, and now we've come to get it. It's a bit of a rust box, a lot of sentimental value, but hopefully bring it home and fix it.
As David does not leave home without a camera, it's a chance to record the moment, plus grab other content with our Mr. Fix-It, Lars Munk from the organisation Heart of Lapland. He's a fly fisherman, hunter and homesteader, and he's just been given a bit of hunting history.
Well, a good friend of mine in the village, Holger, he came by one day and asked me if I wanted this contraption, and I was like, but what is it? First I thought it was something for like spearing salmon.
Yeah.
I don't know the word, but that was done back in the old days, but they were made of iron. But he told me that they used to dig these down into the ground, and then they would bait it here on the top. They would put a kind of bait here, and it was actually a fox trap they used in the winter. So the fox would then start jumping up, and eventually one of the paws would get in between and get stuck, and it would freeze to death overnight. And they could go out and collect the fur and make a fur hat or whatever they're made of, fur coat. So it's actually an old fox trap, and it's so simple, and at the same time it's so brilliant. Of course nowadays, I mean, trap has to kill nowadays, but I mean back then when you wanted fur to keep warm, I think it's brilliant. It's so easy. It's such a clever contraption.
The piece is thought to be between 80 and 100 years old. Thankfully, we'll be using more modern foxing hardware this evening in the shape of his Sacco in 308. Foxes will actually be second on the menu. We're starting by trying to call in a roebuck, which can be tricky for the guys up here as the season starts late.
We start up here the 16th of August, and some years the rut is not over the 16th, but it's right at the end. So it's really difficult to get any really good calling sessions in. It can be a very, very, very short season. So buck calling here is pretty difficult. And then also you'll see, I mean, we have a little bit of open grazing ground up here where they can, like when I see you go out and with your friends back home, you have these open areas where you can see quite far. You have these, not fences, but what do you call it, with bush hedges you can sneak around with, where we have a few open fields here, and the rest just looks like that, where you might have sight, if you're lucky, up to 100 meters, but most of the time 25, 30 meters of sight.
If you're bringing them into 5 yards, it doesn't matter, Lars.
No, of course not, but I'm not there yet. Not yet. Maybe later. Maybe later.
Joining us this evening is Robert, who expertly guided Paul and David through the snow after capercaillie. He has 2 calls to use on the bucks tonight.
I've got a Swedish one. It's called Nordic Row. That one. Yeah. And then we got what I think is a Klausen call. Yeah.
As our options are limited and David and Archie are only in town for a day, they decide to try some foxing using a brand new call.
I'll just try and turn it just so it doesn't. I think it has to go up. It must be like this. Doesn't it say? Raspy old hen.
That's the one that you bark with. But you gotta put it far back against that wood. what do you call kummer?
You know what? You give it a go.
Oh no, jeez. Oh, Robert.
Do you want some paper?
I don't think he's very well.
No, but you know what's strange? The first time, it didn't taste of much, but now it's really good.
This has all gone very wrong very quickly, and there's no roe, no fox. Happily, there is a 1971 Volvo 142 Deluxe in need of TLC heading home to the UK. If you want to learn more about this wonderful part of the planet, go to heartoflapland.com.